Hello, class, and welcome to this portion of your LinkedIn learning experience. The overarching theme that we're talking about is what does good citizenship look like in the 21st century? However, in the social science component, we're going to narrow this down a little bit and we're going to ask a question about citizenship in regards to how do we affect change in our government? In our democracy, I hope to inspire you that you can fight City Hall. The way we do this is with the pen. We write letters. And in this way, we can write letters to the selected people that are going to listen to what we have to say. Now, I hope you've all watched the separation of powers and checks and balances video that was linked on to Google Classroom. If you haven't watched it, stop this video, go to that one, watch that one first, and then come back here. Okay, so as you can see, we're talking about Congress and executive, legislative, judicial branches of government. Now, the legislative branch is the one that we have the most influence over. It's the most powerful branch of the federal government, but that power is dispersed between 535 members of Congress. So the individual power is not as great, but as a group, they hold the majority of the power. They have the power to write laws or change laws or get rid of laws. And that's really where we want to focus our energy on today, is in regards to affecting change. Okay? So, of those 535 members, there's going to be 3 of those that are going to be most important to you. The 2 senators for your state, and you are also part of a district within your state. And that district is you elect 1 member to the House of Representatives. So those are your Congress people. And those are the people that you need to get in contact with whenever you want to affect some sort of change in government. Why should Congress care what you think in the first place? Well, the weapon that we have in a democracy is exposure or awareness of the voters. Democracy works because politicians fear the loss of confidence of the people that voted them in. So that gives you a certain amount of power. You basically can hire and fire Congress people. The fear that a congressperson has is if they don't do the will of the people that voted for them, they may not survive the next election. So this makes letters to your senators and representatives the first step in affecting change within our democracy. The representatives and senators need to know what the voters want and what they need. This is crucial so that they can go and do the business of the people that brought them into power. Now, this is all designed so that we can work through how to write a letter to your congressperson. Okay, so the information you need is on Google Classroom. So you've already accessed this information because you've already watched the Balance of Power video and you're watching this video now. There's also another optional video that goes into how to write your congressperson. Now, this is optional because we're going to cover all this stuff in class on Tuesday, but I do want to make you aware of it as you come into class, so maybe you're a little bit ahead of the game. Now, there's a lot of components to this. So under worksheets in this class in Google Classroom, you'll find a to-do list. So you can pull that up. It's a Google Doc that shows you all the steps that we're going to go through in this assignment, both the ones in class and the ones that are strictly online. Now, under the to-do list, right below it is another worksheet called Representative Worksheet. Now, this worksheet is designed to help you find out who your 2 senators are and the member of the House of Representatives that you voted for, or your family voted in. Okay, so the first component is finding out who you're going to be writing to. So there'll be a link for the senators, there'll be one for the representative. So you're going to find out who your representatives are. Okay, so once you do, the worksheet's going to walk you through some information that you're going to want on all these people. For example, you want to know their name, you want to know what political party they belong to, you want to know how long they've been in office. So you'll find out how many years they've been in office. And also very important is what committees do they belong to? Okay, so you're going to seek out all this information. And then once you do that, then you're going to want to see what they voted on recently and how they voted. All this information you're going to gather up and put down into a worksheet or put into this worksheet. After that, there is a list of possible topics that you can write on. You can choose any of these topics, things like agricultural concerns, immigration, impeachment, drugs, labor, science and space technology, Social Security, and many, many others. You can choose one of these things, or you can find a topic of your own. And that's going to be what you're going to be writing your congressperson about. So you're going to, again, look at the party they belong to, the committees that they vote or that they're on, and what they voted on most recently, and come to some decision about if you're going to write one of the two senators or you're going to write the letter to your representative in the House of Representatives. So you're just going to be writing one letter to one of these officials, and who you want to send it to is going to be a little nuanced. In other words, you're going to have to evaluate what they stand for and see who is going to be more sympathetic towards your cause. So once you have your topic, you're also going to want to look into that topic a little bit. So I want you to go to 3 different websites, okay? And I want you to pick a couple problems that are related to the issue to write something about. A sentence or two, for example, gun control. One problem could be school shootings. Another problem could be that it's a growing problem, or that too many people own guns. That could be another issue. You're going to write down some information about it, and then you're going to try to come up with some sort of solution, some sort of idea for your congressperson to work on. How do you think this should best be solved? Okay, so I want you to do this same process on 3 different websites. Once you've collected all this information, the next step is to write it all down in the Google Docs form, or write it all on paper, or print it. In some way, I want you to have access to this information in class. We're going to discuss how to make an argumentative or a persuasive letter. You're going to take a position, you're going to point out the problems, and then you're going to give them a solution. Okay? And we're going to go over that in more detail on Tuesday in class. Now, once you've done all that work and you've gained the information, I'm going to provide you with a template that's going to walk you through the letter. And it'll be very easy to follow. You'll first make an outline of your letter using the template that I provide you with. And then once you have your template, on Wednesday, you're going to write your letter to Congress. Okay, you're going to pick one of your congresspersons and you're going to write the letter to them. And the letter will be due on Friday. So you'll have Wednesday in class to work on it. And I'll make some time for you to work on it again on Thursday. And then Friday, when you come into class, I want the letter ready to be handed in. I will take the letters, and this is how I'm going to grade you. If you look in Google Classroom, you'll find a rubric that explains what I'm looking for in the grading process, and that'll help you give some ideas of how you should write the letter, as well as the steps that I've given you to follow. If you follow the guidelines and the template, you'll get an A on it easy. Okay? So anyway, once you hand in the letter, I'm going to grade it. I'm going to bring them back on Monday with an envelope, and the envelope is going to have a stamp on it, and then it's up to you. Your grade is done. It's in the books. So you have a decision to make. If you're proud of the letter you write and you're passionate about what you have written, then put your congressperson's address on it and mail it. If it was just more of an exercise to prepare you for one day when you are passionate about a specific issue, then just put it in your homework file and keep it for future reference. So I'm not going to make you mail off this letter. It's up to you. How passionate are you about this letter? It will not affect your grade if you do not want to mail it off. If you need more help, if you need more time, let me know. So good luck on this assignment, and I'll see you Tuesday.